Hi, this is Steffi from The Makers, and I'm going to show you how you're going to shorten fibers, not just mix them, but also to shorten them, especially if you've got a very soft, long fiber and you need to make it shorter to fit your actual make. This is based on the Hummingbird number 88 subscription box, September 2024, but will work for any other projects where you need to shorten fibers and make them and also mix them. So I'll show you the difference just to remind you. So you've got a long fiber here. This is an Australian merino. The staple, as the length of the fiber is called, is really quite long. And if you were just to mix the two colors that I've got here right now, move this out of the way a little bit, you overlay the two colors as you might have seen in previous videos, and you're just basically overlaying the fibers, and you keep teasing them apart, going from side to side, always in the same direction. This is how you actually mix fibers. So you probably have done this before, and now you're wondering, okay, so I'm mixing fibers, but that keeps them really long. It just makes a beautiful color, but you're not actually shortening the fibers. So to shorten the fibers, you will need to take off some of your wool, and I am taking the Angelina fiber here because that often also needs shortening regardless to where you're putting it in, because it is actually quite a long fiber, as you can see here. So I'm popping that on top of it, and this works with 2 or 3 fibers or even more. I'm popping another bit on top. So now I can just mix it as I've done before. That's the mixing process. But to shorten the fiber, you will literally have to tear it. So this time, instead of letting the fibers tease apart, I'm actually holding onto it really quite tightly, and I'm shortening the fibers. Sometimes that means you may have to go in smaller batches. If you're finding it hard to hold onto the fibers and tearing them, you can literally hear a tearing sound. But that way you should be able to make them really quite short, so that you can now use them on a much smaller project. We don't ever say to cut wool, because even though I'm tearing it, it kind of tears it at a natural length, whereas if you sever it with a pair of scissors, you will have very short fibers at some point, then slightly longer fibers, then longer fibers. So this, as you can see, is very different from the length of doing that. So if you need to break it down and shorten them separately because you've chosen too big a patch, of course, once you've done this, you can then take the fibers once they're shortened and then just mix in the normal way. So all I'm doing now is mixing short fibers to completely get the colors mixed together. And I've also got this lovely sparkly Angelina fiber in there, and that now is a really good size to apply to a small make like the Hummingbird. Obviously you would take smaller patches, and you can even then you can make it shorter if you need to have even a shorter version of that. So it's a combination of mixing, shortening, and then assessing if they're actually long or short enough, and then you can apply it on your shape and felt it down. Hopefully that was a useful little tip, and I shall see you soon with your beautiful hummingbirds or any other makes. Thank you very much for watching.